Are you suggesting that Steve Deese, the author of Nefarious, accidentally stumbled upon a magnum opus of Mormon doctrine when he wrote the book, then turned movie, Nefarious?
Names have power.
I gotta tell you, faith-based cinema, which is usually cringe, has been throwing up some bangers lately.
No, they should have hired a real liberal to rewrite the liberal lines.
This part I kind of disagree with.
Is that like Diet Michael Knowles?
Yeah, you're right.
He's just a normal Christian. But the movie kind of oddly lines up, except for like in two places with our doctrine.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to Ward Radio. I'm your host, Cardinellis. I'm joined in the studio by Kwaku L, Brittany the Shadow, and Jonah Barnes, comedic writer at large. And today we're actually going to be talking some Nefarious. This movie came out like 3 or 4 weeks ago, and it's pretty awesome. It kind of rumbling underground for a while. I personally loved it, but other people are not as enlightened as I. So we're going to go over some clips with the clip master himself, Luke Hansen from the Cougar Chronicle over there at BYU, formerly the Conservatives at BYU. And we're just going to talk some shop here and talk some possession, you know, and what better way to talk possession than just to go over the latest movie, which interestingly enough, I heard that the Pope's exorcist himself said was the best representation of what real possession is like.
What?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. The Pope's exorcist
That's
himself.
right.
I
saw
just
this,
learned
yeah.
the Pope has an exorcist?
Yeah.
Apparently.
Yeah. So anyway, Luke, tell us, what'd you find? What was the quote? Do you know the guy that I'm quoting, or am I just pulling something out of thin air?
I don't know, but he has like an exorcism YouTube channel, and Hollywood movies have asked him to advise for them before, and for all of them, he's been like, this is junk. And then he watched this one. He's like, oh, yeah, this is about it. This is about right.
All right, sick. Well, you've pulled some clips up of, are these the best moments? What are these? What are these clips, Clipmaster? Tell us what you were looking for.
All right, so the premise of the movie, you've seen it, Cardin. Has anybody else in studio seen it?
No.
I saw it.
Yep. So two of them
Brittany?
specifically haven't, and they're just giving reactions for the first time. Two of us specifically have, so that we've got an even balance here.
All right. I chose a couple of, I think, salient moments as commentary on today's world.
Oh, salient.
And the premise of this movie is that there's a guy who's a mass murderer. I think he committed like 11 or something murders. And he's been, or maybe it's the number of years, he's been in prison for 11 years on death sentence. And he's finally going to get killed at end of day today. But he needs one last psychological evaluation to declare he's sane for the execution to go through. And so basically the whole movie is this psychologist atheist guy aiming at the last minute because the other guy who was going to do it jumped off a building.
Yeah. He was possessed in the prologue of the film.
Who had been talking to this guy. And the guy walks into the room and this individual in the prison claims he's a demon. The demon possessing the body of this person.
Is that
and
like
so basically the whole movie is the conversation that they have.
Wait, the other guy, is that like how many? Is that like Diet Michael Knowles?
Yeah, you're right. Oh my God,
you got it right.
Well, that guy is like
not even Diet Michael Knowles, more like Michael Knowles in 10 years.
Oh my gosh, if Michael Knowles had an older brother that was slightly skinnier, it would look just like the freaking psychologist in Nefarious. That is hilarious, dude. All right, sweet. So should we just dive right in? Let's just dive right into these clips and we'll see, hey, do we think possession is this way? Everybody's got a weird mission story. You know what I'm saying? So,
and we're going to see if because this movie is meant to be like a faith-based film that you don't know is a faith-based film till halfway through.
Yeah, and I got to tell you,
smack you over the head like, Jesus. It's supposed to be interesting, intriguing, tense, psychological, and then have that faith aspect rolled into it. I
got to tell you, faith-based cinema, which is usually cringe, has been throwing up some bangers lately. I thought Nefarious was great. Okay, we've had, there was Jesus Revolution. Dallas Jenkins with The Chosen is crushing it.
Sound of Freedom.
The Sound of Freedom is doing super well. Hopefully this is a turnaround where people realize there's an underserved market here, and we can start making really good things with our Judeo-Christian values here that don't have to be cringe sermons, right? So anyway, here we go. This clip's titled Names.
Full measure.
Yeah, Nefarious isn't a real name.
Says who, James? Cephas, meaning rock, or in Latin, Petrus, wasn't a name until the carpenter gave it to that obnoxious fisherman. Not his name until it is. Somebody uses it, it becomes a name.
You seem a bit defensive.
Names are important. They have power. They let everyone know who we are.
Yeah. Okay, so wow, what made you choose that clip? It's intense, you know what I'm saying? But what made you choose that one, my man?
Yeah, I mean, this kind of stood out to me a lot because this guy who wrote it, Steve Deese, he's somehow part of the Blaze. He's like one of the people there. He's just a normal Christian, but the movie kind of oddly lines up, except for like in two places, with our doctrine. There's no like there's no saved by grace or anything in there that are the big sticking points. And so this kind of jumped out to me because, you know, we have some verses in the Doctrine and Covenants. Each person going in the celestial kingdom will get a stone. On that stone is written a name. The name is the key word. That kind of stuff going on in our scriptures, and they're important, and we can't just throw them around, and they're titles. And
Are you
this is what we say a
suggesting
lot in our God debates?
Are you suggesting that Steve Deese, the author of Nefarious, accidentally stumbled upon a magnum opus of Mormon doctrine when he wrote the book, then turned movie, Nefarious?
That's what I heard.
I think he used good theology in the movie, and that happened to line up with us really well.
Okay, cool. So there's a lot in a name. Here we go. Now we're going to have to bust out. All right.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it does. It does. So clip number 2. By the way, don't you love how he calls him the carpenter? You know, how just like he hates. Is that a real thing, by the way? Kwaku, have you ever studied like possession in all of your...
Because they can't say the name Jesus.
Well, like that was a big thing that supposedly it's represented a lot in the possessions during Puritan times to justify the Salem witch trials, whether it's based off primary sources or archaeology, I don't know. But they say like supposedly demons cannot say the name of God, they cannot pray, and they don't like to utter the name of Jesus. Is that a thing?
I have no clue. I think... Look, and this is sad coming out of the conspiracy guy. I think most possessions are just unstable people.
No, there's definitely such a thing as chemical imbalance. At the same time, they can't have all just gone away.
No, I agree. And I think a lot of exorcisms are just, like at least the ones filmed, are people taking advantage of very mentally and emotionally unstable people.
Oh, yeah. No, I hear you. And you sound a lot like the pastor that gets schooled later on in the movie. That's interesting. So here we go. Temptation. Clip number 2.
I've heard tell.
Yeah, you've what?
Oh, I didn't know you were pausing me.
Yeah.
I've heard tell that you shouldn't say the names of certain darker entities.
Really?
That can be an invitation to them. I mean, this is obviously not like something in the scriptures or anything like that. But
with my study of New Age stuff, what I interpreted him saying was names have power, which is true because when we say something, we're declaring it, and I know that one of the messages of the movie is like very anti-woke, but the way that woke people declare things repetitively does actually change your conscience and change the way you view the world. And the gender debate's one, right? Now, I don't know how many college students, but a bunch of college students now define woman differently than they did 10 years ago, right? And so names have power because when you say this is what, I mean, it gets in, you study what abracadabra means and all this stuff, you start to realize our words, the vibrational frequencies you put out actually do change the world around us.
Well, I think that it's great to the theme of the movie, to the gospel of Jesus Christ, which is names matter, names have power. It lets everybody know what you're about. That's why I think the devil works so hard to rename things. And that's what, and we're always so timid to actually call evil evil, right? We're so nice. We're just so suburban nice. And we want to say, well, it's not the words that I would use, or maybe I don't really support that. And we're too timid to say, you know what? That's evil. That's so evil. It becomes almost taboo.
I agree.
Like,
there was a conversation before this show started airing that illustrates my point perfectly.
Yeah, by the way, I like your demons. I saw how you were kind of, you were brushing off the dust from the gym, dog.
No, I didn't even go today.
Are you possessed? Or are those just Legion and Beelzebub? Right? Okay. All right. So here we go. We've got, even Luke liked it. Thanks for laughing at my really bad joke, Luke. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so here we go. We've got clip number 2, Temptation.
We offer up a series of temptations, gradually increasing in terms of duration and intensity, degree of moral inequity. Absence of baptism in this case allowed us to begin work long before the age of reason. At 3, age of 5, maybe a theft of a toy car can do a great deal. Then we move on to bigger and better things. At 8, grandmother's gift of a Ouija board gave us immediate access to his decision-making, so we began steering them without him ever calling into question exactly who was doing the steering.
Oh, okay, Luke, illuminate our minds. Clipmaster Luke.
All right, so this part I kind of disagree with, because they're saying if you're not baptized, then the demons can start working with you before the age of reason. I don't think that doesn't check out for me. That somehow what they did with him at the age of 3 translated into him being completely possessed. That one I'm like, no.
Or also, it's kind of not
track with that one.
It's almost kind of like theological soft bigotry of low expectations, like as if baptism were just kind of this nice thing that steered you clear a little bit of like those bad people over there, you know? Well, it's a little bit more than that, you know? It's more than just an inoculation against demons. But yeah, like
I was gonna say,
well, and he's saying absence of baptism lets us start working with them at 3 years old. So he's kind of saying like infant baptism is what stops you from being tempted until the age of reason. I don't track with that.
Okay, I feel what you're saying. Brittany the Shadow.
Yeah, I was going to say, so this whole movie, overall, I would say I liked it. I didn't love it. I thought it was a lot of like Christian fear mongering. And this clip, I feel like really just brought that home, where it was like,
if you don't baptize your child, the demonic possession starts at 3.
It was just a little much for me, where I was like, I don't know.
It's like, don't put everything on the plate at once. Like this is like, it's horrible.
Well, watch the whole thing.
The bad action movies, where it's 20 minutes in. You mean to tell me we have to go defeat the bad man to save the woman now? Yes, plot. Here is plot of the story. Let's go. It's like, yeah, this is really what we're doing.
Oh, man, I think you need to watch it. I thought it was wonderfully written, and from an indie filmmaker's perspective. Watch the whole thing. Yeah, true or not true, the dialogue was phenomenal.
I'm not impressed by the dialogue just in these clips. Okay.
Oh, dude.
I'm not.
Okay, then you need to watch the whole thing.
Is everyone else like feeling like they have to not twitch because the guy's twitching so much? I feel myself trying to like stabilize my eyes, like
as he's talking.
No, that's great, because the demons, they don't know the ins and outs of everybody because they haven't been them to a long time, so they develop little tics. Like, oh, that was great acting, bro.
I understand. I'm just saying, watching it, I like want to stabilize my own eyeballs.
I think Brittany's possessed, guys.
What do people
probably?
I feel as if though people
but he's
with Tourette's would watch this and be like, not a fan.
No,
when I think of someone possessed, I feel like they're going to be calm, calculated, and what kind of demon really just wants to give it away?
Evil. No.
What kind of demon's just going to give it away that easily? It's like, no, you know,
because their body's been hijacked.
Well,
they can't control it.
I haven't even seen the movie, so I'm judging all the artistic direction when I haven't even seen the movie. So,
well, we preserved you from it so you could give just your first impulse.
You've seen 20 seconds of it. You can make, yeah. Basically the whole thing.
So anyway, here's the next clip. Oh, actually, no, we're gonna.
But he does get across the principle that it starts with small things.
Yeah, like
and if you're going to turn really bad, it doesn't start with something really bad. It starts with doing little tiny things.
Yeah, what was the first thing that he mentioned?
Like,
what was the first thing he mentioned?
Stealing a toy car.
Stealing a toy car. Dude, my first theft was a spool of thread from Joann's Fabrics, which used to be called House of Fabrics. And like my mom made me go return it and talk to the manager, and I felt so bad. I stole a spool of green thread because I thought that
this explains so much.
Okay,
I thought
this is totally off topic.
Yeah, what?
So my grandpa was like the CFO of House of Fabric. So you stole from my grandpa before we even knew each other.
Oh, dude, I know.
Then you stole his granddaughter.
I've been stealing things from your family for a while, man. I got you. So, all right. So check this out. We're going to go now to clip 3, the modern priest. Oh, this is like Kwaku. This is literally Kwaku.
So Kwaku's going to come in and assess the situation.
Oh, nice.
So Kwaku's going to come in and assess. And
how is this like Kwaku at all?
Well, because they both wear cardigans, first off. And second off, no, I'm just kidding. Because he says, I don't believe in possessions, basically. So check this out. Watch. Here we go.
And I did edit some stuff to make it shorter for copyright purposes. So if it looks like the editing's weird, that's my fault, not the movie's fault.
Okay, cool. Here we go.
Don't want anybody get bad ideas.
Okay, here we go.
I've never been part of an exorcism, nor do I expect to be. Many of the things that bother us are just our own fears and disordered thoughts.
You don't consider demonic possession to be a possibility?
Our understanding has evolved beyond that.
Oh boy.
I feel much better. And Lou, I was wrong about you. I should have had you come and visit sooner. But I'm glad that you did. I'm glad that we're all getting along.
Would you like me to stay?
No, we're
No, he's like, no, we're done here. But yeah, when he comes in at first, he's like, you're not needed here, priest, and he's like afraid of the power of God as held by the priests of the covenant, except for, unfortunately, this priest comes in having been brainwashed by atheism and secular humanism already to say, I don't believe that possession is actually a real thing. It all can be cured by Pfizer. We just need to get you on the right meds.
Jeez.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, which is really effectively what, half of modern priests say nowadays.
Do you catch the deeper meaning of what he's saying?
When he's like, yeah, I'm glad we could both get along here.
Yeah, what he's saying is this priest comes in and says, oh, we've evolved past that. We don't really believe in evil and possessions. We don't call it that anymore. And the demon says, I wish you'd come sooner. Like, I wish that we hadn't spent 2,000 years of people really believing in evil. It'd be real nice if you had started that in 200 AD and we could have just all pretended like this was a mental disorder instead of actual evil. That's deep. I like the writing.
See, dude,
good.
See, this is profound, Kwaku.
Yeah.
This is profound.
It's your
dog.
character, too.
I'm not trying to dog on anybody, and I hope the actor never sees this. I am not impressed by the acting of the possessed guy.
What? Oh, you need to watch the
Give
whole
us
thing.
Possessed, Kwaku. Come on.
Yeah, give
Here
us
we go.
Possessed, bro.
Say something super.
Channel your energy.
Come on.
Channel your.
Here it is. Zoom in.
Go.
Look into the camera.
Go.
Calvin Burke is right. No, but
Wow. So Luke, let's toss to Luke. Luke, what is there anything that we missed here, buddy? Is there anything that we didn't catch?
Yeah, I think you got it. But to Kwaku, I would say I think like a big finance bro or somebody would kind of have like that blank soul been sucked out of me kind of a possession. But if we're talking like a serial killer, I think that would be more of the crazed, frenzied type of a thing.
Luke,
and we see that in the Bible. I mean, see the kind of frothing at the mouth kind of a possession.
Give us your
going on
impression,
there.
Luke. Give us you're possessed. You're a serial killer. You're possessed by a demon. Give it to
I
us.
don't want to do it right after watching these
Luke,
clips.
come on, man. Right down the
It's gonna
barrel.
be
Come on,
so-
let's see it.
He's not a thespian. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I see
You'd
what you're
probably
saying.
just do like your best Joker impersonation.
Yeah, that's
I'm more
mean,
like a
who-
dog.
who is- I
eating
mean-
cars. I don't know what to do with one if I got it.
Ah, that's great.
I mean, think about Ted Bundy though. Charming in real life. I feel like the real heavy hitters are not the people.
He was
like,
framed. Ted was framed.
Oh,
Justice for Ted. Hashtag.
That's
bold stance to take.
I was gonna say, man, I've heard a lot of hot takes.
I'm sick of walking around a country where Ted Bundy's seen as a bad person.
Wow. So, dude, that was actually really funny, but it's actually kind of sad. The people that get
Okay,
like-
speaking of Ted Bundy, though, do you think he was possessed, or do you
Yes.
think he's just a bad egg?
Both.
Both. You think he was like legit possessed, so like he wasn't aware of what he was doing?
It was the
I
Ouija
think you
board.
can be I think you can be aware. I don't think possession really moves your awareness. I think it just removes your moral compass.
So it's not like
Interesting.
like a horror film, like a creature taking over your body.
You let someone else drive your car, but you're still in the passenger seat.
and you think you're driving. You think you're in control, but
No, I think you're not in control, but you want them to be.
So, do you guys think so far that he's gotten possession right? You think the movie gets possession right? The Pope's exorcist said he did. I mean, you're going up against some heavy hitters.
yeah,
here, Kwaku.
heavy hitter, Kwaku.
The Pope's exorcist.
How many exorcisms have you performed in the past month?
I had to cast out a demon once, and I saw it with my own two eyes.
Shut up, really?
Yeah, I haven't told this story on Midnight Mormons.
Actually,
Is that
on
the goblin
Ward
story
Radio.
in
Not
San
the dude on the
Francisco?
street.
Yeah.
Well, not
Oh yeah.
on camera.
Not the dude on the street. You told that.
No,
one.
that was Brad Whitbeck.
Yeah, I have a dude in the
Yeah,
street story
that's bad.
too, but
Wow.
yeah, I mean, I haven't seen that many real life.
We're gonna watch it tonight. I've
I've seen people I feel like are possessed, but I've never sat down in a room
Names.
with them.
You want names?
Names.
I could give you names.
In this room. Who in this
I
room?
could give you some names.
That's funny. Well, we're gonna keep going here. That was clip number 3 with the modern priest, and then now we got. Ooh, this was a hardcore one. Luke, what was your wife thinking in the other room when she heard you editing all of this? Clip number 4.
Well, I mean,
From yeah. Were you gonna say something?
So she didn't hear anything. But
okay. So anyway, here we
this is a right.
yeah. Here we go. This one.
Yeah. So I didn't want to make it too long. This for copyright purposes, so I'll explain afterwards a little more of what the full conversation was.
Okay.
But here's briefly what the demon says. This guy, his girlfriend, just so happens to be getting the same day he's coming to this facility. So this is the demon's commentary.
And he says, "You will commit 3 murders before you send me to my grave." And he says the first one was he used.
Wait, do we want to give the whole thing away to the audience?
Well,
Or do we wanna
spoiler.
go watch it?
Spoiler.
No, I'm letting him speak. Okay. Should I just press play? I'm pressing play. Let's see here.
Sure, let's do it.
It's her body. She can do what she wants.
Yes, James! I couldn't have said it better myself. But it's still murder.
Says who?
Says all of creation, James. Can you imagine the agony the carpenter feels when we rip a child to pieces inside its own mother's? Because that's what we do, James. You and us. We do that together.
Dude, that was when you watch the whole 5-minute scene, man. It's hardcore. Might be a little bit distasteful in a small dose. You know what I'm saying? But
I'm
that
sorry.
was
That
intense.
writing sucks. I'm
No,
sorry. It's her
doesn't.
body. She can do what she
Quaku.
wants. Hey, let's just copy paste. I'm sorry. That was preachy. That was not good writing.
It's better in context.
No,
It's better.
No.
You need
The
to
fact
watch
that
this.
They kept that phrase in there. If they had not used it,
Well, of course they have to use
Why?
because it's a philosophical discourse in which this guy who's representing secularism, supposed humanism, is shown all the foibles of his bad morality, that he could kill his mother to get her inheritance by using the assisted suicide
Are you going to
laws
give the
of
whole
Oregon.
thing away,
they,
Carden?
I'm sorry,
No.
they put too much on the plate. That's what they
Well,
did.
however, that is exactly how he would talk. I mean, that phrase has been downloaded into the brains of so many people without thinking that is precisely what they would say.
Not in this situation. Only on the streets during the protests with the pink hats. I don't think. First
You
of all,
just don't like it because he stole your blue suit.
no, what?
Wait,
no,
what would they
You
say?
wore that exact same suit to church last
No,
week.
look.
What would they say instead, Quaku?
Diet John Stamos is a fine actor. I'm just saying. What would they say? When confronted by a demon in a jail cell, look, I'm sorry, your guess is as good as mine. But I just don't like that writing.
This movie is also him not believing he's a devil. So he doesn't fully think he's talking to a devil.
Yeah, this guy is trying to say that he is sane enough to have been aware of the crimes that he committed.
No, I know. I'm just
and
saying.
the devil actually does. The devil actually wants to kill the body that he is possessing.
Replay it.
Okay.
Replay it.
It's a little
Well,
heavy.
we got it. It's a little bit heavy.
Just replay his opening line. How about that?
Oh, okay, fine. Here we go. You ready? Let's see here. You win, Quaku, go. Boom.
It's her body. She can do what she wants.
Yes!
Pause.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. Come on. It's her body. She can do what she wants.
Could have used a little more subtlety, perhaps.
No subtlety. No subtle on the nose.
This is a buildup, though. The demon has been kind of pushing him, and then finally he goes to the brainwashed brain download phrase to try and get out of it.
I know what
to
the
show
right.
the weakness of his position. You know, you gotta see the whole
I
thing.
know
We
what
gotta
the
watch the whole
TikTok
thing.
algorithm of this writer looks like.
I'm gonna
We're
buy the
watching it.
DVD. I'm gonna buy the DVD and we'll watch it last
Watch
clip.
it tonight,
DVDs.
Quaker.
Last clip. You'd like it, bro. Here is progress.
We've never been freer. Literacy is at an all-time high. We're working to eliminate racism, intolerance, gender inequality. People can love who they want.
I think I love you. Here's something for you. Right now, your world currently has 40 million slaves. More than the Romans had at the height of their empire. You want to know the best part, though? Half of those. Half. Slaves, James.
I fail to see the humor.
Bottom line is you're done. It's over, that's it. And we did it all right to your face, James.
All right.
I gotta say, I love
That was something like Kwaku would say. I feel like Kwaku was making an argument for the illegitimacy of modernity. You would make that argument to besmirch American warfare.
I would not write it in such a terrible way. You're working to
But
to
I'm
eliminate.
picking
My
just
God.
for like to communicate what the film is getting across. I've picked the most lame, maybe according to Kwaku, pieces of dialogue out of the whole hour and 43 minutes
Kwaku.
video.
I think okay.
I
so
don't know
those
because
are
I'm
like
going
the
to
most
watch it and I have
preachiest ones.
I'm watching it tonight and I have a feeling I'm going to hate the whole thing. Look, I'm not.
This is the ultimate test. While you're giving your little rant that's mistaken, okay? You know what I'm saying? While you're giving your little mistaken rant right here, I'm going to look up what the Rotten Tomatoes score is on this cheese, and then we'll put it to the ultimate test, which is what the audience thought. So anyway, keep going.
While you're looking that up, I am actually kind of liking this. But I think that the big issue that I have with it is that if you read the Screw Tape Letters by C.S. Lewis, which this is totally reminds me of, the devil doesn't care about politics. He wants you to care about politics. He wants it to be everything you care about, but he actually cares about your personal damnation. And so he wouldn't say things like your world or care about the policies with abortion or whatever. He would be talking to that guy in his particular soul and how to corrupt that guy in his own personal
So
life.
here we go, Kwaku.
Well,
Here's-
and that's
oh, yeah.
this conversation about is happening as the guy's girlfriend is going to get an abortion.
I understand all of that. You got to remember, my gripe is about the writing.
Well, look,
I gotta make because I know the comments are gonna be, I can't believe Kwaku supports the I am talking about the writing specifically, okay? All right, or whatever angry Twitter people are gonna lose their minds for the 900th
Be
time
nice.
this week. Whatever
Be
triggered
nice.
not wokes. I guess they're basically woke in my mind. But I mean, I'm sorry. That little opening, we have been working to eliminate racism and gender equality is great. They copy and pasted from a BuzzFeed article. That's what they did.
Okay, well,
that's
look,
what they did.
here
I think that's how
is-
people talk, though.
I lived in San
Real
Francisco. They didn't even talk like that. I lived in
But, like,
Union
in a board
Square.
meeting or
I lived in
something?
the middle of San Francisco
seen
during the
things.
first Black Lives Matter protest. Everybody I knew was something.
He's seen
Never
the
heard
harsh
someone
side.
talk like that.
But did you die?
No, I'm alive. I'm alive.
Okay, well, Kwaku, we're gonna wrap it up with this right here. Proof.
They
is
should
in
have
the
hired a
pudding.
real liberal. They should have hired an actual liberal to write
you
the
know
parts
what?
of the liberal.
You're right, though. You're right, though.
They
Instead, these are conservatives writing what they
I
think liberals
guarantee
would say.
the writer has cargo pants and an American flag hat. I guarantee. I guarantee. They should have sat down with a conservative and liberal and they said, I want you to rewrite the lines of the liberal. And it would have been better.
Hey,
Would've
well,
been better.
dude, just to actually give you, look, this is Steve Deese, the guy that wrote the original book, and I'm just doing an image search in real time of here's
Steve Deese, cargo pants.
image in new tab right here. This is Steve Deese, right there for you.
I didn't know Patton Oswalt got religious.
It
It looks like Patton Oswalt.
So that's Steve Deese. And then here, my friend, is, check this out, bro. I mean, proof is in the pudding. That's the Rotten Tomatoes of Nefarious, bro. It's got 96 audience percent score. Nobody gets that. But the tomato meter, all right, all of the erudite secularists that have to hate it.
How much of the 96 is just people who agree with the politics clapping along, pretending that they like it? I mean, that's a real thing.
Well, yeah,
When
it is on the
political
left
film-
and the right, a small contingent, but you don't get a 96%.
Guys.
You couldn't get a 96% saying Mitt Romney is the greatest candidate ever.
Whoa, hold on. Stop. Is it tomatometer or tomato meter?
Yeah.
Tomato meter.
Tomato.
Yeah, Rotten
It's tomato meter?
meter?
I've been saying tomatometer my entire life.
Tomatometer is terrible.
That's because
Oh
you're
my
possessed.
gosh.
Also, I mean, it's like, look, I don't care about the. I'll watch a movie and determine if I like it. I mean, I had to watch Guardians of the whatever Galaxy, And I had no clue what was going on. The talking rabbit who's shooting people or whatever, and the jumping from planet to I had no clue what was going on. And the guy, Thor, the guy who's not Thor, who's
Thanos.
Thanos, the guy who's snapping, and he throws his daughter off the cliff. I had no clue what was going on. And the whole theater, they're erupting. They love it. They're like, I don't know who is who. All I know, and then all the black people run out with the superheroes and start fighting the Bionicles. It is terrible. This movie sucks. And everybody loves it. I mean, this is horrible.
Did you see the movies preceding it?
No.
You just read the last chapter of a book?
I saw the, it had everybody.
And you don't know what's going on.
It had all the superheroes in it. Right, so it had Iron Man, and it had Benedict Cumberbatch, and it had everybody fighting.
Doctor Strange, you mean?
Whatever.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
They had him, the guy from the computer movie. They had everybody in it, and Paul Rudd, and they're fighting in the city, and they're fighting on a planet, and then they're jumping through planets, and then I'm like, how? There's 900 plots going on. I don't know what's happening. What? This movie sucks. And the tomato reader, the audience loved it.
It's the
tomatometer.
Whatever.
No, it's the tomatometer.
I sat in that theater and these nerds were clapping at the end of it. And I was like, did a plane just land in Wyoming? This is horrible. It sucks. I'm not watching part 4 and 5. And that's how I feel about this.
No,
all these right-wingers can this is great. No, they should have hired a real liberal to rewrite the liberal lines. And they shouldn't have let a virgin video game playing nerd write Guardians of the Galaxy Part 9 or whatever it was. And I feel the same way about those stupid movies, the car movies, where there's 9 that come out a year.
Fast and the Furious.
Oh my
Cars?
gosh. I've never seen one, but every 6 months there's a new trailer. Family. Here's a Mercedes Benz going over the moon. And every bald actor. Statham, The Rock, Diesel, all the bald tough guys. Let's put him in a movie. Horrible.
Why do you hate family? What do you have against family?
All I know that
Those
each
are
trailer has
family
family.
movies.
Okay, are they? All I know is they talk about family. Are they all related? Because they're bald.
I just looked up. By the way, I just literally did an image search. Look at this, Kwaku. Browser only. Fast and the Furious
guys,
bald. I literally just googled Fast and the Furious bald, and there's all of these supercuts of look, everybody's bald. Look, Furious 7, you got Dwayne The Rock Johnson bald, Paul Walker bald, Vin Diesel bald. I don't know.
Paul Walker was a great
you're
actor.
not gonna like this. This is the director of Nefarious.
What? Hold on, I gotta go to your. That's the director of Nefarious. Is bald.
Bald.
I didn't even
bald
see it.
man conspiracy. That's the director of Nefarious.
Oh, he looks like Anthony Miller.
He looks like Vin Diesel got straightened out.
Okay. Wow. All right. Well, let us know what you guys think of the movie Nefarious.
I'm
I'll
not
tell you
watching
right
it.
now. Well, you gotta
Quaku's
watch it,
watching it.
Kwaku.
Oh, yes,
you will
you
like
are.
it. I think everybody should watch Nefarious. It's a good piece of cinema, made within budget, on time, great writing. Overarching message, I think, is solid.
Great writing.
Yes, when you watch it in context.
The cinematography's nice. His acting isn't bad. I think he
Luke
leaned into
the
twitching a bit too
Clipmaster-
much. Heath Ledger would have killed this.
Luke the Clip Master did the best with what he had, but we had limited time, so
Luke's
you
the best.
couldn't see all of it in context.
It's
But
a good movie with a little dose of fear mongering.
Can we see Brittany's impression of a possessed? Brittany?
yeah, dude, can you like arch your back
Okay,
and
here we
then
go.
start walking backwards and
Right in the
stuff
middle.
like that?
Here, you
Here we
want to
go.
see what I can do?
Yeah, what? Oh!
Oh, that's
Oh!
I like that. I like that.
Oh no! Jeez.
And
All
there
right.
you go.
So Luke, I don't know how to follow that up. As once we're done casting out the demons from Brittany the Shadow.
Try it. People in the comments, you keep your fists on your hips, and without moving them, you touch your elbows.
No. One last thing. Yeah, I can do. One last thing though, I dislike is, when I really want Christianity to finally arrive to the spiritual awakening, where we realize that both political sides are liars, and to me, this just screamed kind of right-wing Christian talking points. Leftism is the bad stuff. I mean, come on, like we're talking
You
about.
gotta watch it. You're
What
speaking
do
from
you even
ignorance.
That's true.
You're
That's
speaking
true. That's
from
fair.
ignorance.
I will
bro.
watch it. I will watch it. But so far, I did not like what I see. I saw that little clip on TikTok
Look, you
going viral.
What does the beginning of the Book of Mormon say? It says, if there is errors in this book, they are errors of men, not of God. If there are errors of this nefarious movie, they are errors of Luke's clips, not of the movie. Yeah. So go watch it.
Cardin. Don't you realize you got 15 million people in the country that have been starving their whole life? But you think it's like, hey, you gotta go watch the whole movie. Al Pacino would have killed that too.
Okay, you know how Quaku wants like a real liberal to write that movie? They should have brought in a real possessed person to act.
Dude,
that would have made the movie
a liberal
a lot much better.
Yeah.
Okay, that was a joke. That's a joke.
Dad joke. Home run. Dad joke. Home run. All right. So, Luke, where can people find you?
Cougar Chronicle, where people can find the Cougar Chronicle.
At Coog
Twitter, Instagram, at the Coog Chron.
All right. Well, thanks for hanging out with
And
us.
they can find that movie in the dumpster.
Stop it.
Oh,
It's going
you should
good.
watch the ending scene.
We have the way this turned out is like 3/4 of it was what's wrong with the movie.
Yeah. No.
I thought it looked
Three
cool.
sentences of dialogue in the movie.
I think it looks cool. It's like the screw tape letters. Like, what would you actually convince yourself? How do people lie to themselves to justify evil?
Actually,
It's
Quaku will like the possessed guy at the beginning of the movie. There's a briefly other possessed guy who does have that dead, creepy stare going on that Quaku's wanting. So
You gotta see it.
Were his lines also
we should
written by
have started
ChatGPT?
just by having you watch it from the beginning, and then you would have been like, okay.
You know
okay.
what? We're going to come
Maybe
back.
this-
Audience, let us know what you guys think in the comments below. Did you like the movie? I only do have one criticism. The producers have to get it so these movies that are independent don't cost $20 streaming. I love supporting independent cinema, and I love supporting
$20.
faith-based cinema. Yeah, but Luke, I just Venmoed you. It was 20 bones for you to watch that thing, right? So it's like you got to be able to find a way to bring that price down and negotiate slightly better contracts.
Wait. You had to pay to watch that?
Oh, shut up. You're horrible.
They didn't
man.
just have that on the free stack at 7-Eleven?
Oh, stop it. Stop it. Everybody, thanks for hanging out with us. Let us know where we go wrong. Check us out on Ward Radio.
Nefarious is brought to you by wastemanagement.com.
Right now.